Omri! That's an alien! That alien shouldn't have fit in that UFO. But I guess I don't understand alien technology or gravity. Great start. But I think I'll just come right back. That's right, I hit the start button to continue. Okay. Like, that's a whole boy that they just dropped. I forgot. Oh, I lost all my hearts too, that sucks. I mean, there's no reason to live anymore if things get a little bit more difficult. That's what I've always said. I want to switch. Oh, good. My only chance at fun after the end of these levels. There we go. Nope, that's not. Okay. I forgot I have ice powers, but why would you never... Why would you not use the homing attack? That's how I bought like 3... That's how I beat like 4 bosses in a row. You get away from me. It's like that weird kid in daycare that you don't want to play with, but keeps asking to play with you. I don't know what that was. That was a basketball man, and it was really scary. He's training to be a fleaman. An admirable goal if I didn't hate them so much. That was just Donkey Kong. Or King Kong, I suppose. I'm learning all new things in this big city. Death comes to us all is something I've learned. It's something I know very well. I thought I had to rhythm down. That's what I was gonna say. This game reminds me of several, like, thievery levels. I got that coin that time. Makes me think of Rhythm Thief. Is definitely one of them that comes to mind. Maybe I should play that game, because I have it on DS, but I don't think I ever... Get away from me. He's like the evil Pajama Sam. And Pajama Sam was too powerful for my liking. I am on the fence. I kind of wanna play those old games, but I'm not sure how interesting it would be. But I guess, like, I make it interesting if I can. There's like a platform I get stuck on there. I gotta switch. Is Kid Dracula the kid every other kid hates, or is he the weird kid that everyone makes up stories about, but secretly wants to befriend him? I'm trying to think of my time as a child. It was long ago, but... Sure. I feel like I would have wanted to be friends with them. I feel like I always kind of wanted to be friends with the kids that, like, the teachers hated, just because it's like they're so much more outspoken than I am, and that intrigued me. Because, like, you know what you said was stupid, then why do you continue? I feel like they're asking me to do quick switches, and these games aren't really known for their quickness. This system, I should say. Okay. Okay. There's nowhere to go. Oh wait, I have flying powers. Okay. I thought that was gonna kill me. But we're on the subway now. It's an auto run. Not an auto run. Yeah, maybe an auto run. There's a name for these levels. And I don't like them. If you've ever watched any of my Kirby's, you know I... Oh, something's coming. Oh, audio cues. That's not cool. Ah! Okay, he doesn't auto-die from being smashed against the pipe. I guess he is a bit stronger than Kirby. Or at least less squishy. Ah! Punks! Oh, you can't have a little boy around oh my god! They're fake punks. They could throw their mohawk off. They're posers. That's even more dangerous. Ooh, a heart. Oh, I had a secret. And the Midnight Meat Train guy. I read that story recently. And much like all kind of splatterpunk stories that I have encountered, I haven't read them all, but like I know their gist. It's kind of like, I get it. So I have to say, like, yeah, the Midnight Meat Train was it Clive Barker? I want to say it maybe. I also think maybe it was someone else. The genre was very limited in authors, but splatterpunk, I believe, was known for its like gratuitous violence, and it was kind of ahead of its time because, like, not torture porn. That's not what I want to say. There, like, gratuitous violence. There's like that one clown that everyone loves now. It's like ultra violent. That kind of like, I don't know the word for it, but like really indulgent, over-the-top violence is really popular nowadays. So splatterpunk was really ahead of its time. Especially as like really bad at the time, but I think that's been true for a lot of stuff. Like Pulp Fiction used to be like trash, but I feel like those kind of stories are kind of what makes up mainstream media nowadays. But I could be wrong. I'm not a media scholar. I just say things that I think are right. And I don't even do that sometimes. What was I saying about splatterpunk? Right, explain what my position was being like, I get it. Like, it's very on the nose, and it's really hard not to be on the nose, because I've seen... Well, there's a couple reasons to, like, not to be on the nose. One is, like, I do think the internet being actually, like, people say it's because people don't read anymore, and I think that's part of it, but I think a large part of it is that the internet's so global. And when we think of when the topic of media literacy is brought up, there are so many murderers on the subway. That reminds me of a trip I took to New York. When I was like a teenager, I had to like overstuff my like backpacks and everything, so I had like 17 backpacks. You think the aliens would have prepared me for the multiple serial killers, but they didn't. They just reminded me of my eternal rival, Pajama Sam. Kid Dracula's rival, let's be real. Oh, obviously, great. Because the one thing that has, you know, I've been VTubing for a while, but not gotten very far. But the people I have met through it have all been across the world. And it made me kind of realize that, like, my experience of the internet is so limited. Because I have, like, you know, English-speaking content that I could devour shamelessly. But there's also, like, to a degree, Japanese and maybe Korean content, because those usually have, like, diehard fans that can translate it. But anything else is just completely out of my radar. It makes me think... People say, oh, media literacy is dead. We're talking about English-speaking media, because... Even in, like... I'm trying to... For, like, Japanese culture. Like, the shoes on, like, the building, or, like, outside the room, or, like, by a chair, like, that has very dark implications. But that is just also... I guess it's East Asian, I just say, like, the imagery of someone leaving shoes behind usually means that they were not planning to put those shoes on again. I don't know if YouTube doesn't want me to say that word. I heard someone use sewer slide, and that's a fun way of putting it for such a terrible thing, but he threw a mini model plane at me. The surprises never cease with Kid Dracula. Ooh, I made it that time. Okay, like, he used to wait just a little. But I didn't know that, like, growing up. Like, I believed you get the donut claims. It was just like, that's just a weird donut, that's a weird jelly donut. Like, I didn't know that people just ate rice with their hand. In, like, a little seaweed sleeve. Like, that was weird to me, and I didn't get that. But with the more morbid example, like, that's a good, like, horror piece, right? It's narrative... Not narrative, something about the setting that enhances the narrative. But that imagery, which is very intentional, is just lost on me. At least it was for a very long time until someone told me, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. But I've also had, like, conversations with people, because I was lucky enough to go to a school that had, like, international students, where I would say something sarcastically, and they would look at me very confused, like, why would you say that? And it didn't occur to me that they wouldn't get the joke, because that kind of sarcasm isn't really a thing. Or it could have just been a bad joke, that's also possible, but what I'm getting at with the media literacy is that we're so connected now that I think we forget our individualities. But what do I know? I'm just playing Kid Dracula, and I'm really bad at it. But I do think about that a lot. I've been thinking a lot about, like, author intent. And back to the splatterpunk thing, the way I say, like, oh, I get it, and it's on the nose, is that it's like... I needed to, like, pause to gather myself and just watch Kid Dracula get hit just a few more times. With Midnight Meat Train, it could be read a couple of ways, but my interpretation of it was very, like, anti-capitalist, anti-industrial, kind of just anti-modern city life, because the idea is that, like, murders happen on the subway all the time, and he just happened, the narrator, I don't think he has a name, actually, just happens to be there on the day that serial killer was active, so he's running away. And while he's running away, he, like, slips and falls in viscera, because he's, like, chopped up everyone else. And I think it's either outright stated or implied. It's just, like, there's too much violence on this subway. Very midnight meat train, if I do say so myself. But what I think by accident, he slips and falls, and he falls unconscious, and the serial killer misses him. So he gets up later, and it kills the killer. The serial killer slips and falls. There's a lot of slipping and falling, I think. And he takes the hatchet to the serial killer, killing him, becoming the new butcher, essentially. And then he like witnesses something that's like too disgusting awesome to see, very like Lovecrafty, where it's like it was so messed up I couldn't even describe it, and he like bows down to it, immediately subservient to it. And he becomes a new butcher, and because of his new butcher, he like goes to like a high-rise. He moves to like a high-rise suite, and when he comes out of his suite, he like goes out to the city of New York and sees everyone as like neat, and then he kisses the ground in like reverence, the dirty, filthy New York ground in reverence. I felt like that's a very on the nose take of, yes, society, like a city like this really can't run without casualties. Specifically casualties of people that we don't think of in the forefront, like possibly like immigrants or poor people or minorities, like the people that wouldn't live in like the pretty parts of New York are the bodies that give the blood for the New York system and then the fantasy of New York to keep it alive. So I bet you didn't expect this discussion when you clicked on Kid Dracula. I said so, but there really wasn't much to a point, but like, the point is that, like, I get it. Dang it! I thought I was doing good there, okay. I just meant to say the symbolism behind it is obvious to me. It is a very cynical look at a big city and, again, a big part of American culture, contemporary American culture. I use contemporary as more modern than modern, because I think modern can go back in art, at least when you say modern art, it can go all the way back to the Renaissance. That's how we fundamentally changed how we made and looked at art. So when I say contemporary is more modern than modern, I mean like the last 20 years. Jesus, that guy was fast. Oh god. No, I was doing well. Oh my god! How do people survive on the subway? Just in general. And it's not even like a criticism. Be like, oh, it's very on the nose. At least isn't to me. Because again, if you're not on the nose enough, you get kind of a weird thing where people are misinterpreting it and fighting over it. But people will do that anyway. So you might as well just write whatever, who cares? In the back of my mind, I'm like, I want to write a book one day. I'm so focused. I'm so laser focused. That's the one that always. There was a punk coming out from the ether to kill me. There can't be much more left. I refuse to believe. What I've been trying to do is stay to the front because it seems like the better option. I don't know anymore. Oh, I got a coin. That never happens. Ah. I got another one. If I just preload these. I'm a monster now. I feel incredible. Good feeling's gone. Good feeling is gone. That... Good feeling very gone. Good feeling... I don't know if it was ever here to begin with. Okay. I can't wave goodbye with this model. It is to the detriment of the old ways. But I still appreciate you watching this far. Let me know what you think about my weird ramble. Or if you have any opinions. On anything, really. I'll see you next time.